voice on. I will switch on the voice for Paul. And Paul is of Gimmer, of course.
There we go. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. I shut up your mouth before. I will do a short introduction for our attendees in Dutch. Goedenavond, Harry Klip is ook in de house. Ook Harry is zeer technisch begaafd, zoals iedereen weet. Stel gerust vragen, hij haakt ook in. Ik zal op de achtergrond als moderator opereren. En wie is ik? Ik ben Jan-Robert Schut van CryptoAcademy. En speciaal vanavond gaat Gimmer, die komt binnenkort met een ICO in februari. Die gaat iets vertellen over automated crypto trading. Dat is voor newbies. Dus als iemand niet eigenlijk weet van hoe je in crypto's moet handelen. Nou, die kan dan inhaken via dat platform om trades te kopiëren van een ander. En dan kun je de trades doorkopiëren naar je eigen broker, eigen exchange. Ook voor de professionele traders of de meer ervaren, die kunnen strategieën backtesten. En die kunnen dan ook hun strategieën monetizen. En dat is een soort copy trading is dat. Paul, I did a short presentation. I will switch over into English. The idea is that you give a short presentation of yourself. Paul Lindsell is COO, Chief Operation Officer of Gimmer. And I'm very pleased that you will do the presentation of Gimmer. And we met each other at the end of November in Amsterdam, the ICO conference. Welcome, Paul.
Thank you.
And the idea of today is to give you a brief introduction of Gimmer, what the possibilities are, what the ICO is about. 10-15 minutes presentation, then Q&A, of course, and please feel free to participate. But Paul, the floor is yours. You can introduce yourself and have good luck.
Great, thank you. So firstly, thanks for taking time out of your evening to listen to me talk about Gimmer. So as Jan mentioned, I'm the Chief Operating Officer at Gimmer. Gimmer is a global team at the moment with around 15, 16 of us on the team, and we are split between Brazil, the United Kingdom, Hungary, Japan, and recently India. So as Chief Operating Officer, I have an interesting job trying to manage the operations across 5 countries and 5 time zones. So let me begin with a very brief overview of Gimmer, just to introduce. So Gimmer is an automated cryptocurrency trading platform. So if you're new to trading or crypto, that basically means that we've got a bunch of very cool bots that do all of the trading for you. So you don't need to go to an exchange and sit there watching the markets move and then deciding when to buy or sell. So if I take a step back and if we look at the market just to explore, so this is of today. These numbers are from today. So there's 1,200 cryptocurrencies out there at the moment, and that's 1,200 tradable currencies. So the market cap today, so that the total volume of in US dollars in the market is around $487 billion. The trading volume over the last 24 hours has been $34 billion, which is an insane amount of money. And there are about 174 worthwhile exchanges, so places that you can go and actually trade cryptocurrencies online. And from our research, we estimate that there's about 26 million people trading worldwide. So the next slide is a little bit of a step back in time, really. So when I first put this presentation together, which was about 3 months ago, those numbers are remarkably different. So there was only 850 cryptocurrencies back then. So that's a difference of around 350. The market capitalization there was 160 billion, so it's grown 327 billion since September, which is crazy. The 24-hour volume of trading back in September was only 5.4 billion, so that's a difference of 28.5. The exchanges have grown as well, and the estimated number of traders have also grown. Excuse me, I've got a bit of a cold, so I'm going to keep coughing, unfortunately. So where does the problem lie? So if you're interested in trading, especially automated trading or algorithmic trading, you need a unique skill set. You need to be able to write algorithms. You need to be able to understand the market indicators and how all of them work. And they could be quite complex. If you wanted to, write your own bot or strategy into a bot, then you'd also need to be able to understand a programming language. So even to get started there is quite a complex business. Now, also cryptocurrencies, unlike the foreign exchange market, it's a 24/7 market, so the markets never sleep, which provides opportunity for traders, but it also means if you want to make the most of it, you need to be chained to your computer 24/7. They're also very high risk due to the high volatility. But any trader will tell you that's where the opportunity lies as well. As I expressed on the previous slide, it is a rapidly growing market, and because of that, it's quite complex. It's very hard to spend the required amount of time to do all of the research into the different currencies, into the technologies behind them. So you need lots of ears and eyes on the ground to do that research. And there's also no single exchange that actually has access to all of those markets. So you need to have multiple accounts across various different exchanges if you really want to capitalize on all the opportunities. And then I think that the biggest problem that most people trading is going to face with is the way that human emotions really get in the way. So it's very easy to be sucked into a trade that may be going a bit better than you think, and then next minute the trade's gone south and you're sitting on a loss. So all of this means that it's still quite niche to be trading cryptocurrencies, and it makes it very inaccessible for a large number of interested parties and people that want to get involved in trading cryptos. So that's where Gimmer comes in. So at our core, we are a community-based platform centralized around automated cryptocurrency trading. And this is basically an environment where users can come together and they can share information. Hallo.
Hallo Paul, ja? Ik zal even kijken of het geluid weer terug kan worden geplaatst in Paul. Turn voice on. Yes. Kijken of vinkje wordt goed gezet. Paul, are you there again?
I am here. I never left.
Yeah, could you please start the slide before again? Maybe there was a hiccup in the system. Sorry, because
Sure.
the orders could not hear as well. 3 slides. 3 slides is in. Okay. Yeah.
So so look, basically, I think I was trying to say there that
it's a niche. Yes.
Cryptocurrency trading is still currently a niche, and it's inaccessible to a large number of interested investors and parties. There's lots of barriers to entry. So, Gimmer really solves this. We bring together a community of experienced and inexperienced traders, where they can basically share information together, they can learn from one another, and ultimately they can all earn cryptocurrencies together and make more money and profit. That's all done through a very easy to use and accessible interface, which means that it's available to all types of customer, irrespective of they got any programming skills or not. So for experienced traders, and by experienced professional traders, I mean people that understand how to trade, people that understand how trading strategies work, they can come into Gimmer and very quickly, without any programming skills, they can create and set up a trading bot. They would put their own trading strategy into the bot using and within a matter of minutes, they could run a back test to see how that strategy would have performed using real market data, and they can have their bots up and running within a matter of minutes, trading in real time. So on the other end of the spectrum, if we look at the bot store, so assuming that trader has come in and he has made a successful strategy that's making a good profit, what he or she can decide to do is to rent that strategy to other users on the platform. So they can just go along, put it into the bot store and say, this is maybe a margin trade strategy on Bitcoin against Ethereum, and they can set a price that's up to them. And basically, if anybody wanted to rent it off of them, they can do so. And that's where I think it becomes interesting for novice traders. So if you haven't traded before and you are quite new to the market, you can come in, can browse through the bot store and pick from any of the ready-to-go bot solutions where it would tell you the most profitable bot over a period of time, the most liked bot or the most commented on bot. So there'll be lots of sort of social information and statistics on how the bots have performed, and you can browse through those, select the one, choose, pay, and then get trading. So that makes it quite a complete kind of ecosystem, really. So the experienced trader who creates the bot, he's not only getting his own profit from trading, can also have a secondary income by renting out those strategies to other users on the platform. So that basically says that, you know, Gimmer is pretty much perfect for anybody that wants to trade and invest in cryptos and lacks either the time to monitor the markets, the necessary programming skills, or the required trading knowledge to do so. Excuse me. So Gimmer is it's also very scalable. So although we are in beta at the moment, the core purpose of our ICO is to actually raise funding to develop all of these wonderful new features. So on that list, we're looking to introduce a simulator, which will allow you to test either a pre-programmed bot or your own strategy in real time, but without real money. So you could sort of see how the markets are playing and how the bot works. We'll also be introducing a mobile app so that we can be trading from wherever you are. We'll be doing a lending bot, which will lend a very low risk. It will lend money to margin traders on the various exchanges. We'll also be introducing an arbitrage bot, which will allow you to capitalize in the price differentiation between the exchanges. So, for example, if Bitcoin is $16,000 on one exchange and $16,500 on another, the arbitrage bot will be able to work that out, move your funds appropriately, and buy and sell to capitalize on that. We'll also be introducing a scalper bot, which is close to high frequency, which means it will be doing lots of short's the wrong word, lots of fast trades, taking up very small percentages of profit at a time. So that's a really good one as well. And then we'll be building an AI bot maker. So our AI, our artificial intelligence, will be learning about users. It will be building data sources and gathering data sources, and then actually know enough about you to create you your own personalized bot strategy. So based on your own risk profile, on your appetite or susceptibility to loss, it will build you your own profile, build your own bot, and then copy trader, which will allow you to, for example, if I'm running 10 bots and they're very successful, you'll be able to just copy all of my bot strategies for a small fee. So very scalable product. I think someone there said that does it use deep learning algos? So yes, our team has got some experience in that, and we're also building that experience up to bring in all of that sort of wonderful technology and deep learning stuff. More on that to come. So many people sort of say to us, oh, ICOs, are you all based on a white paper? Well, we've actually got a working product. We launched it earlier this year. For a period of startup, we had a very, very tight marketing budget of around $300, but we were able to get over 800 active users for that, which was very cool. Between them, they created around 7,000 bots, did crazy amounts of backtesting, and the most profitable bot during that time did 87%. Our data analysis was pretty poor, if I'm honest, so I don't actually know exactly how many weeks that was running for or what currency pair it was on, but I do know that was kind of over and above the sort of the organic growth of the coin. So who's behind Gimmer? We mostly are experienced professionals in the design and development industry. Our CTO, Percio, is an amateur trader as well. He happily has a secondary income from trading. He's also a whiz with full stack development and Solidity and the Ethereum blockchain languages. Felipe, our CEO, is a design expert, so he's the brainchild behind Gimmer's interface. Myself running the operations, Masa over in Japan is our financial specialist with the trading background. And then the rest of our team are made up of blockchain developers, guys from marketing, journalists, user experience experts, user researchers, and people like that. So our actual token structure, we have created a token so that everything you do on Gimmer requires the use of our tokens. So it's a pay-as-you-go model. If you want to rent a bot, you need to pay in tokens. If you want to customize the bots, you need to pay in tokens. If you want to rent a bot off of another user, you would pay them in our token as well. Excuse me. So to do that, we have created, we'll be creating a maximum supply of 110 million GMR tokens. In the pre-sale, we were making only 15% of those available, which is 15 million. And for the public sale, there'll be 85 million GMR tokens available. The exchange rate that we're offering at the moment is 1 Ethereum to 2,500 GMRs plus applicable bonuses, which I'll mention in a moment. We have a hard cap on our funding of 35,000 ETH. Depending on which day of the week you convert that to US dollars, it should be around 25 million USD, which is to fund 3.5 years of development and marketing. And we have a soft cap, which if we don't reach, obviously the project wouldn't go any further, other than through our own funding, of 4,800 ETH. What we're offering for early contributors in pre-sale, there is a minimum contribution of 30 ETH, and we'll be offering them a bonus of 25%. For investors in the 300 ETH upwards, it's 30% bonus or 40%. And then our public token sale opens in February, and we'll be offering bonuses up to 20% for anybody wanting to participate. So these are the dates there as well. If you wanted to take a screenshot, happy to send this presentation if anybody wants it as well.
Yeah, that's correct, Paul. The people were screaming for your presentation in PDF. So if it's available, we will pass it through, and also we will put this presentation online and on CryptoAcademy.nl. Yeah.
Thank you. I just realized that I missed a very crucial part of Gimmer. So unlike our competitors, and I see someone has sort of mentioned Hasbot there, so we've actually built an app that is decentralized onto the Ethereum blockchain. So we're not a web service. We run off of your local machine, which means that it's much faster, it's much cheaper and more efficient and more secure to run. Now that's a lovely USP for Gimmer as well. So what we do is we we run off of your desktop machine. We connect to your exchange of choice, call it, be it Poloniex or be it Finex or Bittrex, and we connect via an API, and our bot does all of the sending of the signals. So we don't actually come in contact with your cryptocurrencies, which is obviously another layer of security there as well. So we don't take any of your profit. Your profit is your profit. The only fee model we have is pay as you go using our tokens. I can see someone there saying, "What's the price of what's the price of Gimmer?" Well, if you were to, we looked at the average number of bots that were being used per customer, and that worked out at around five different bots per month. If you were to convert the number of tokens required to run those, bearing in mind that some would be simple, some would be complex strategies, it would be equivalent to around $66 a month, which puts us very competitive towards our nearest compared to our nearest competitor. And another USP for us is we actually offer everybody one bot for free. So you can come in, you can use Gimmer at zero cost. That one bot is a basic bot. It gives you one indicator, one safety, and one currency pair. If you wanted to customize that to maybe make it have the way the bots work is the more information you can give them, the more advanced and the more things they've got to make a decision over. So the more indicators and strategy you give them, the more likely they're going to be profitable. So if you wanted to customize your bots, you have to add tokens to do that. Excuse me.
So it sounds good. And do you also see the other questions? Tom from my had two questions. Does it also use deep learning algos? That you want to dive into that?
Yeah, so I'll put my hand up and say I'm not the deep learning expert. I'm from a very different background to that, but we have guys on the team that are heavily involved in that. So at the moment, the AI is quite basic. We're using AI and algorithmic trading. So it's kind of two layers of that. What we are looking to evolve in the next year and a half is the first level of AI. Which will be absorbing data from the world around us and using that as indicators. And we'll be working with people that come from a background like IBM. They were around when Watson was being made. We're also in touch with some really, really experienced deep learning and AI experts who are going to be evolving this technology with us. So it's not in place yet, but it's certainly on the roadmap.
Okay, and there was also another question of case, right? It was, is it economy .0 or better UE than Haasbot? It doesn't say me anything, but maybe it does say something for you.
Or better UI than Haasbot? Yes, it's definitely better UI than Haasbot. Please take a look at the site and check it out.
Okay, then also the question, it is also possible to download a kind of, how do you say that, demonstration platform?
Yes. I'll just see if I can share my screen.
Yeah, okay. And meanwhile, I answered the question of Dick van Zoelen, what's the price of Gimmer? One ETH is 2.500 Gimmer. And Frank Reiner says if the price of Ether changes, also the GMR price serves in dollar changes too. Yeah, that's is correct.
That's correct. So we're pinned to Ethereum rather than pinned to USD, which is then converted to Ethereum and then converted to GMR tokens. So obviously one of the gambles and risks you take as an investor and also as an ICO company running is that Ethereum, like any other cryptocurrency, is quite volatile. So when we fixed our exchange rate, I think we'd based it on Ethereum being around approximately 600, and at the time it was about 480. The last 2 days, Ethereum's gone a bit crazy, and I think it's now floating around $700. But equally, it may go back down again. So we tend to not focus too much on the USD perspective of it. As a cryptocurrency and blockchain business, we'll be paying our staff and our bills and as much of our services as possible in Ethereum anyway. So that's the currency that we speak.
Okay, and Ton van Meij also has kind of technical questions. On triggers, a trade can be built as time, other price orders, price volume, or self-defined triggers. What are the possibilities to create this bot or backtesting?
Which triggers can a trade
Yeah,
be?
which indicators you can use and how does it work actually?
Yeah, so in the demo, which you can currently download from our site, I think my screen is sharing, you'll be able to see that there. We've built the demo DApp for Windows, OS X, on Mac, and Linux. So by all means, have a download, have a play. On there, there's only standard trade, margin trade. There's then a number of features within that, so your bots can go long and short. There are currently four indicators in the demo, but we'll be looking to launch with around 80. So for each of those indicators, you've got the variables that you can change for those. There's then a number of stop losses, and there are features like trailing losses and things like that as well, and preserve profits. So basically, if the feature is available on the exchange, then we'll be able to most likely plumb that in through the API as well. And then our library of indicators will be growing. But like I said, it should be around 80 when we're looking to launch Q2 next year. We're currently in a closed group beta testing. So the bots are currently live and working at the moment. They're doing quite well, but at the moment, the market's doing quite well as well. So we have a group where we're opening to beta testers at the moment. So if anybody's interested in beta testing, please get in touch.
Okay, great. And which exchanges you can choose from actually? For instance, I discovered also, thanks to Jurgen, Cryptopia. Do you know that exchange from New Zealand, maybe?
Yeah. Yeah,
And
so when we launched our demo initially, so our beta initially, we only connected to Poloniex, the
okay,
US exchange.
Bittrex.
At the moment, we are connected to three: Poloniex, Bitfinex, and I believe it's Bittrex because one of them happened in the last day or so. We will be looking to add approximately one a month. Developing the stable APIs is something we will constantly be focusing on. And we have a number of partners. One of them is a company in the US called Xtrade. They're bringing some very good technology to the market next year, which through a single API, a fixed API, will actually allow us to connect to multiple exchanges with high frequency and low latency as well. So that'll be really good for and for the market as a whole.
Jan Ham says, will the token price rise in the future? I would like to change a little bit, Jan, with your permission, because future prices you never can tell. But maybe a better question is why should Gimmer have some value later on in the future? What is the driver for future growth of the price?
Yeah, sure. So I mean, look, let's. My personal view of our ICOs is that you could argue that they're lottery tickets, but Gimmer token it's a utility token, so it has value in the ecosystem. So from a crowd sale perspective, you need tokens to use the product, other than the free bot. So there is always a value of exchange there. So in the system. Will the price of Gimmer tokens go up and down? Yes, of course they will. The supply and demand is going to be the main trigger for that, as well as excitement and hype. So we've made the token It's an Ethereum token, so it means that by nature it has 18 decimals, which means that we always have the ability.
Okay, I think that yeah, sounds off. Also, I'm not sure if I'm off as well. I will switch off, turn off the voice. Back again, and Paul Lindsell. I will switch on the mic soon to him because maybe there's some hiccup. Yeah, Paul, you're partly. Yeah, I hear you partly actually. That's a pity. And am I loud and clear? Because I don't hear you anymore, Paul. Yeah. Turn voice on. Yeah. I will switch on Paul again.
Hello?
Yeah, Paul, you're in the house again. Hey, strange. Yeah, maybe it's the Brexit,
It's
Paul.
the Brexit.
Paul, yeah, you're back again. Maybe
I'm not sure if
Boris
you guys
Johnson
can
is.
still hear me or not.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, we hear you.
There you go. Okay. Yeah. So, I don't know, any more questions, really?
Maybe Boris Johnson is sabotaging everything. Maybe.
I couldn't
Where is
agree more.
where's your presentation? It's lost, I think. Yeah, your presentation. Yeah. In the meanwhile, I've seen a very interesting question, Paul, of Frank Reine. Reine says, yeah, you are aiming at 25 million US dollars. And what amount is already invested in the pre-sale already? Do you have some early investors? Will you tell me something about the?
It says those have invested in the system.
Yeah, yeah.
So
Okay,
in terms of So in terms of, I mean, the idea for Gimmer was approximately 2.5 years ago. We, as the team, was gradually built from two guys, the CEO and the CTO. They have spent a lot of manpower, a lot of their own money. We've only been self-funded to get as far as we are. That has involved, people putting their remortgages and houses on the line. It's involved a lot of blood, sweat, and tears from that, and also it's involved a lot of profit from trading as well. So everything's been self-funded. The exact number of what we've spent, I don't actually think as a startup we've actually sat down to calculate that. So apologies if I can't give you an exact figure.
Yeah, not yet. 20th of January, probably yes. And the thing is that if some investor or trader already has experience in the market, so he can create a bot himself. But do you have to be a rocket scientist to create a bot, or can even I and Harry and Hans, for instance, create a bot?
Yes, most certainly. So at a very basic level, the interface makes it easy. As designers and software designers, we're constantly looking to make that even easier. The interface just allows you to point and click, so you can quite quickly make a bot. You can test it to see how effective it is. Once we build the simulator, you'll be able to run it in real time as well. So yeah, in theory, anybody can make a bot.
Okay, great. Yeah, we'll take a look if there are other questions as well. Maybe there's I think that there's very sound questions. What to say? Yeah.
Cool. So I think you mentioned about pre-sales. So we will announce the maximum cap for pre-sale is 4,800 ETH. There's a lot of people signing their contracts to try and reserve their places, but officially it doesn't open until the 17th of January.
Okay, and then Van Zulen says that he is a newbie in the area of cryptos, I presume. However, he has 26 years banking experience. So standard bot will best suit me, is a question. If I'm interpreting well, it's up to the user of the trader to choose a bot which suits him well. And what do you think is best to take a look of? To take a look
Yeah,
at risk reward, for instance. How are the drawdowns?
yeah, that's a really interesting question. So thank you for that. The standard bot, the basic bot, because we're offering it for free, we believe that it will be enough to show anybody some form of profit. Will it be the best bot in the world? No. But with the markets like they are, it's a case of if you had one Bitcoin on day one and 3 weeks later you are likely to potentially have more than one Bitcoin. Whereas if you just had it invested, you'd still have your one Bitcoin. Appreciate that the value may have gone up, but you'd still have one coin. We think, we know that it's quite an addictive. Quite an addictive environment in terms of trading. When you see the profits being made, the likelihood is you're going to want to customize that standard bot and start adding a few more features or pieces of strategy and indicators into that. So, for example, if you were margin trading, you would want to be going long when the market's going up, and then you'd want to be shorting when the market's going down.
And also, it's possible. And when will Gimmer be listed on the other exchange? And which exchange will it be?
Yeah, that's an interesting one because obviously the exchanges at the moment they want to charge everybody to get listed. Some of the smaller exchanges will be able to list us the minute an owner of a token basically says they want it on there. So the smaller exchanges should be listed by the end of February. We'll be working with the relations that we have with the different larger exchanges to get listed as soon as we can. Some of them are going to be quicker than others to get on.
Mm-hmm. And Frank also says, is there a spending budget for the 25 million target ICO? Do we have maybe a breakup about how the token distribution will be? Is it findable on the website, for instance?
Yeah. So if you look on the website and in the white paper, how the finances are used is broken down there. So what we've done is we've looked at all of the features in our product development. So they'll add all the things like the simulator, the AI bot, the arbitrage bots, things like there's lots of other stuff behind the scenes that need to happen, things like risk assessments. And stuff like that. So that we've broken down what we believe we need to fulfill the 3.5 year roadmap, and also the marketing for that as well. So the acquisition cost we have for customers. So that's all documented in the white paper.
Mm-hmm. And how quick will the Gimmer token will be listed on the exchange after the ICOs closed?
Yeah, so I thought I'd answered that one. So it will be straight away with some of the smaller exchanges. Some of the longer ones, some of the larger exchanges will take slightly longer.
So we can also run a bot on the Gimmer directly.
That's totally the game, the end game. Yes.
Yeah, and also a good question is Dick van Zulen, are the costs involved for using bots? Or which costs are?
Yes, so one bot, the first bot comes free. It says, are there costs involved for using bots? So yes, there is one. Everybody is given one bot for free. If you want to customize that bot, then you need Gimmer tokens. If you want to rent a bot from another user through the bot store, you would need to pay them Gimmer tokens as well.
Mm-hmm. And how much will it be to buy in a bot?
So if you are renting your bot to other people, you decide how much you want to charge, not Gimmer. Gimmer takes a small percentage of that. So it will be down
Okay, no,
to
but
the owner of the strategy, not Gimmer.
no, okay, but when I'm creating a bot, for instance, is it free to create a bot, or is it also a kind of fee we have to pay Gimmer
You
to
can
use it?
create the bot and test the bot for free. If you want to run the bot, that's when the cost of the token would come in.
Okay, so then you are taking a cut from the fees. And the Dick, from which perspective are you taking a look? It's for a trader who is renting out the bot, or as a user? As a user, okay. Yeah, then it depends of the bot creator who's renting for the service. And then you have to charge, you have to pay the bot creator.
That's right. So there's the actual the fees kind of split two ways. So there is a ongoing running cost of the bot. So if you're having a bot running for 1 month, and let's say it's a intermediate kind of complexity of a bot, then it might be say 60 tokens per month to run that. Again, if you look in the white paper, there's a little diagram and chart in there that sort of shows you, a basic bot with one indicator is free, a slightly more advanced bot maybe with two currency pairs, so you could switch between the pairs, or the bot would switch between the pairs, maybe 60 tokens per month. A slightly more advanced bot maybe doing margin trading, maybe 120 tokens per month. So it's a kind of a scalable system. It's very pay as you go, all based on the complexity of the strategy that you're using.
Okay, sounds good. And do you have also actually a kind of a bot a testing environment at this moment? Doesn't work at this moment.
Yeah, so you can download the demo app, and that will allow you to create a strategy,
Okay.
but only from limited number of indicators at the moment, and you can run the back test. There are some minor restrictions in there, just as it's a demo. We currently have the beta, the bots are currently live, but only to a closed group of testers. So they are working, and then we're due to do a broader beta launch. I think about March next year, with a public launch is aimed at Q2. So we're thinking kind of around June. It should be good, but we'll be all hands on deck to make that happen as soon as it can do.
Mm-hmm. And Van Grand asks, can you prevent against any hacking risk when using the system? With,
Yeah, so
with that many
that's
exchanges involved? Good question.
yeah, that's a really good question. So if you were a web-based service on this, you've got a single place there for hackers to target. We've decentralized, so we're on your individual machine. So yes, we encourage you to have very good, antiviruses, firewalls, all of those kind of things in place. But that actually creates a much more difficult problem for hackers, because they would need to be targeting individuals rather than a single web service.
Okay, that sounds fair enough. Yeah. If people are interested in the iShow pre-sale,
Mhm.
there's a whitelist as well. I've created a CTA. So for people who are interested to take a look at the display, okay, display for all.
Yeah.
Yeah, if there are people interested, they can join the whitelist. Just register free, and then they will get updates of you about the ICO. Huh?
Yeah, please do. So, I mean, it's a simple form. Just puts in your interest. If you're interested in participating in the token sale as well, let us know. We'll keep you informed, and we'll make it, our duty to get you in that first bonus band. The pre-sale is being done kind of offline. So anybody that's interested in contributing to that, it is a minimum of 30 ETH. Our aim is that we can ideally achieve the soft cap, which will obviously de-risk the product, de-risk the project, and make sure it happens for everybody then. So please use the whitelist. Minimum 30 for the pre-sale, but that will all be done via sort of offline contracts and stuff like that.
Yes, and you said that the public sale will be in February, so that will be after the 20th of January. And I want to say that the 20th of January will organize the ICO day, where you can go there as an attendee and
Yes.
to take a look how to avoid pitfalls, how you can participate in ICOs. And it doesn't have to be big numbers. You can also try small and to extend this amount later on. And we also offer a checklist. We're on a checklist about how to evaluate ICOs. We have also participated in a couple of ICOs before, and we made also mistakes and also saw some projects. 20th of January, full day from 9 o'clock until 5:30, and also Gimmer. We have the honor that Gimmer will also participate that day. And so you'll have a presentation of 45 minutes, including Q&A, also a panel discussion at the end. And the nice thing, the total day of the day, we around 247 fiat currencies, euros, and we are also scheduling to put ethers in the wallet of all participants of the day, so that they can join and participate ICOs. And exact Saturday. Exact details will follow too, and I will take a look if I can show that the web page, and it's also on the CryptoAcademy actually, and we are very pleased, Paul, that to receive you as well there in Holland. And do you attend? Do you come with a beautiful lady? Because last time I did not see beautiful ladies, only men. But
No, we didn't.
Do you have nice assistants, maybe?
My male colleagues won't take offense to that, but there are currently no beautiful ladies on the team, I'm afraid. So can't guarantee that one.
Can't guarantee. Yeah, okay, but doesn't matter. But it's also about that you have a good presentation, of course, and that's why should people go to the ICO seminar, in your opinion?
Well, we will be able to bring beautiful bots. That much I will promise you. So by 20th of January, I'm sure our beta testing is going to be a lot further along the line. I said they're already up and running, so by then I should be able to show all of the guys in Netherlands the bots running real time, which would be great.
Yeah, exactly, and it's also good to do a Q&A, of course, and with your team, people can ask you more questions, and I will put a link as well for the exact date, seminar 20th of January. We're very sharp with the day. We are structuring the day, and if you have good ideas how to participate in ICO, what are the pitfalls? Because I can imagine if you never have invested before, and then it can be very confusing as well.
Very much so, and running an ICO of our own, it's obviously an element of a learning curve there too. But it's very interesting to see where just the general public typically get stuck, and that's from things like not really understanding how to set up an ERC20 wallet. There are several ones that we recommend due to their ease of use and their good security. So we put them in our white paper as ones we recommend. And again, the ones that we're not listing there because they're the ones that we don't recommend. But it's not an easy industry to get involved in. There are a number of barriers to entry. Part of what Gimmer are doing are to try and help make it much easier for people. Be that trading as well. So we'll be releasing lots of kind of guides and video guides, PDF guides on how to participate, because we want it to make it easy, as easy as possible for everyone if we can.
Yeah, we always have the saying, we are traders, and we always, also with the first crypto trading events, we always say people are leaving the room with a trading account. And this is also the aim of this seminar, 20th of January, that people can participate. They have some credits in the wallets. It's included in the ticket price. We will, depending on also the sponsors, how much we can charge back to give back to the attendees. And it's very good and very nice to see that you as an attendee that you can walk away with some tokens or ICOs in the pocket, and it's very fun. And we have panel discussion also. Jürgen, you also maybe last time he is also coming from Austria, and he is very keen to join at the end of the afternoon also for the panel discussion. So not only Harry, Jan, Jan Rood, myself, and Hans will be there also with our expertise. Also, interesting ICOs coming there to present their propositions. And yeah, from my part, as an not very objective trader, I think Gimmer it sounds very promising. We are also testing this bot, and also for newbies, if you can tap into some bots and you can lift on the trades, it's very good. Recently, we have also in the crypto trading room for the premium members, we put also on the first place Ripple, for instance, and today it zoomed to 60% higher. And what is very interesting for me actually, Paul, to investigate is about arbitrage, because we as an option trader and future traders, it's all about spreading and arbitrage, and so it's very nice and very good to take a look where are the price discrepancies of different currencies. But can we, for instance, also in Zimbabwe sell the bitcoins, for instance, there at the 20,000, at 200 or 25,000, for instance, and buy that on Bittrex, or do you don't offer over Zimbabwe, for instance?
Yeah, so we will only be able to arbitrage via exchanges that you can connect to. So you would need the exchange account, and then we could pretty much do everything between the accounts that you've got.
Yeah, of course, and I don't think that you have to take exchanges which are Mickey Mouse exchanges or exotic exchanges. So
No, look, I think the space, the exchange world is changing rapidly. As good as the exchanges are, they're typically built by developers, not necessarily people from experience in that particular industry. So from what we can see, the exchanges are changing quite rapidly. The technology behind them is evolving, and I think that the space is very exciting.
Yeah, sounds perfect. Well, we have just 5 minutes left. I will, if with your permission, of course, to put my screen area. I snatch some time from you, Paul, with all respect, of course. Yes, and actually for the new members also of CryptoAcademy who are not that familiar with us, every day we put update in video conference. It's also for the premium members. It's don't be shocked. It's €10 per month, and then you get first-hand information, premium crypto trading room about nice trades, of course, video market updates. And on the right bottom side, there's premium ICOs, and there we will highlight in our opinion, good ICOs. And for everyone, it's free. The agenda, the calendar, this always you can take a look. What are the schedules? And I just put in a link for you about 20th of January, Saturday, the ICO seminar. Feel free to take a look, and I'll take a look if it's there. Yeah, the ICO seminar. It does say the fee. So if you're interested, also if you have some questions, feel free to send an email, and we will publish this video also on the website. We will provide you the link, of course. And yeah, I don't know if there are more questions at this moment. We'll take a look if there are more questions. Frank Ryan is busy with typing, so Frank, we'll take a look what you are. Yeah, oh, thank you very much. Yeah, of course, Frank, you also. I don't know if there is snow in your country at this moment. If you're are skiing or loafing at this moment, but I think it has been an interesting presentation. Thank you for your time, Paul, and we will see each other in January, of course. And
Thank you.
yeah, if you have some questions, contact also Gimmer, of course. And yeah, Frank says he will check things out. We
Yeah,
will
thank
keep in
you.
touch, Frank. Also, others, thank you very much for your time, of course. Harry, thanks. And Dick also. And look forward for the ISO info, of course.
That's awesome. Well, yeah, I mean, thanks for everybody for spending an hour of your time with me. It's been a pleasure.
Okay.
Check us out on token.gimmer.net, and Jan, we'll be in touch, and hopefully you guys can get involved in the beta testing.
Of course, we'll do that. Thanks very much again for your time, Paul, and for your presentation. And I hope that you will get used to the cold now in England. You just came from Malta, of course, and I hope that the fever will not hit you too much.
Yeah.
And Leona, also, thank you very much. This was it for today. Also, thanks very much, all the attendees. I think that the questions were very sharp as a knife, and also thanks for participating, and see you next time. Have a nice evening.
Thanks. Cheers.